And you all know that I'm still really early on in my transition, so I haven't been able to get surgeries whether I choose to or not. And so I'm gonna show you how I comfortably wear a women's bathing suit out in public. Let's go! Ta-da! Hot girl summer.
Love ya. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, highlight woke absurdities, and also highlight the amazing work of amazing freedom fighters. Now today, woke absurdities happen to be on the docket with one Dylan Mulvaney. Recently celebrated day 365 of girlhood, which makes him a 1-year-old girl. Congratulations on your first birthday. Now, the question at hand, we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive into the phenomenon and maybe even the mind of one Dylan Mulvaney. And the question that I'm posing here is this person genuine? Or are they simply a fame chaser, absolutely desperate for attention? And as we explore that, we're gonna take a look at what some women think about Dylan Mulvaney. We'll take a look at some of the sponsorships that he's gotten that have taken opportunities from women. But most importantly, we're gonna take a look at his desperate attempts to grab fame while he was still calling himself a boy. Which begs the question, trying to live as a girl, acting like a girl, is it because that's some sort of genuine desire inside of him? Or is it because he's reading the world right now and says, the more I act like a girl, the more attention I get. And the more attention I get, the more significant I feel on the inside. So instead of trying to fill himself up with contributing to a better world or connection with real people around him, is he trying to fill him up with an egotistical sense of significance? We're gonna take a look at it and you be the judge. But first, here's a couple TikTok clips from Dylan's TikTok page.
It's gonna take a long time to get this face looking the way I want it to. I'm gonna get full glam and I'll be right back. You know, I'm thinking this foundation match might be a little off. Maybe it's a little orange. Just
looking pretty good.
It's my first pride as a trans woman and I'm gonna be on a float today. I'm so excited, let's go.
Gonna be on the float. Nothing about attention there.
In news, we have a boob update. Boob update. This just in. It's day 120 of being a girl. And remember a few months ago when I told you that one of my nipples was growing faster than the other one?
It's amazing. Still don't have boobs because you're a biological male. So thank you for the update. Now, that is absolutely all of that I can take. Now let's take a look at what some actual women have to say about Dylan Mulvaney acting like a woman. Did they like it? Did they love it? Are they offended by it? Take a look.
As a natural born woman, I take personal offense to literally his entire social media. And if I were a trans woman, I would take equal amounts of offense because he's making a mockery of the struggles that real trans women go through.
So what she's saying is, obviously she believes some women can actually be trans women, whatever, but she's saying as an actual woman, she takes personal offense. Context more in that clip. She's talking about, he's just there literally acting like a woman. He's an actor. And she, as a woman, takes personal offense. But I, as an advocate of all that is good, pure, and hallucinogenic in the world, say we need to get women out of society because they are taking away opportunities from men who want to be women. She has no business being offended. I'm a woman right now. I, as a pretend woman, am offended by this real woman. She has no right. Next clip of what another actual woman has to say about Dylan Mulvaney, and this is a news anchor, and in this footage we'll also see some of the Nike sponsorship clips that Dylan has put out as he's been hired to be a sports bra spokesperson for Nike. Score one for Nike. How's your stock value doing, guys?
But Katie, what it is for me that I don't like is the fact that this Dylan seems to be mocking, playing a woman, you know, the dancing around like a little girl, the over the top.
Is she by chance saying the same way a black person would be offended by a white person wearing blackface, which is making an absolute mockery of the biological reality of the blackface? Is she saying that her as an actual woman is offended by a biological man pretending to be a woman, making a mockery of her biological reality? Is that what she's saying? Yeah, that's exactly what she's saying. Dylan Mulvaney's doing woman face. Not very good, I might add. Let's go on.
Sort of impersonation of a young woman. I find it offensive. I really do find it offensive. If you're a transgender woman, it seems like Dylan is acting.
He's acting. He wouldn't be acting. He's just, yeah, he's acting. He's acting. But she also has no right to be offended because what is she? She's a woman. That gives her no right to speak up for women. She doesn't even have testicles. Okay, and then let's recap real quick. Something you all know about is Dylan Mulvaney hired by Bud Light to be a womanly spokesperson. How'd that sales prevention strategy work out for you, Bud Light? You've only lost $7 billion in value so far. Looks like a good return on investment. I wonder if Dylan's over there saying like, dude, they invested in me and their stock value is down $7 billion. I wonder if they're going to give me another contract. Love ya.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood.
I really can't stress enough. Words out of his own mouth, day 365 of womanhood means he is a 1-year-old girl hired by an alcohol company to promote alcohol. Bud Light hired a 1-year-old girl. That's about 20 years until this woman is of age to drink.
And Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Good gift to their stock value, I might add. Now, let's get to the fame chaser aspects of this conversation. Is Dylan Mulvaney's primary motivation to express a personal truth? Like, hey, I really am a woman. I really feel this way. This is all authentic, genuine actions and words coming out of me? Or is he desperate for fame, desperate for attention, which really means he's desperate to feel significant through external validation of other people's attention on him? That's the question. This first clip in this segment is from the Ellen DeGeneres show. Before Dylan was saying I'm a woman, he was admitting to the cold hard reality that he's a man. The segment you're going to see here from the Ellen DeGeneres show, this is taken like at a commercial break during Ellen. They filmed it. It wasn't actually on the show. Dylan was in the audience, and you're going to see him acting out in ways that we might say is like, oh, that's someone in a setting where it's kind of inappropriate to do that. Is that person just absolutely desperate for attention? That's the question. Part of the answer is he absolutely got the attention. Ellen acknowledged him on not live, but on TV. Let's take a look. That's, if you didn't recognize him without the Nike sports bra on and being drunk on Bud Light, that is Dylan. All taken during a commercial break. Now, one thing we know for sure is he can dance pretty good. Now, the dance goes on and on because, of course, the longer a huge dance goes on, very loud, very like, look at me kind of movements, the more attention you get. Now you see him back in his rightful place in the studio audience. Oh my God, I got the attention that I was trying to get. I am shocked. Here comes the cup of fulfillment through significance.
It's very impressive for the thigh muscles to stay down that long. Very impressive.
So he got Ellen's attention. She acknowledged him there on TV. Now, let's take a look at another clip in our segment called, Is He Just Chasing Fame? Is he just chasing attention? It's a long name for a segment, but it's what we're going with here. Now, this clip is taken from some kind of campus singing competition. Let's take a look.
Can be.
Now, I would say good looking normal dude there with a great voice.
On your shoulder, you raise me up to more than I can be.
Okay, cool. He's in a singing competition. Obviously, he can sing, but what's motivating him to be in the singing competition? Is it because, dude, I really care about the art of singing? Or is it because, hey, being in a competition, it's being filmed in some capacity. This is another opportunity for me to get attention. Now, the last clip, which I would just say is the most blatant desperation grab for attention. You may have seen it floating around before. It's a clip of him on The Price is Right before he was saying he's a woman. This one goes over the top.
In the wheel, but guess what? You get a second chance in this game first.
No way. Oh my God! Oh my God, I'm still in it!
So you know.
So we're going to cut back to it. It gets worse. Is that an authentic reaction? Or is that a like, notice me, let me be literally as big and possible and outrageous and inappropriate for the situation as possible? Why? Not because that equals mental stability, but because it equals more attention. And the more attention I get, the more that equals me feeling more significant. Guess what? If that's true, you can never fill yourself up based on significance. You can only fill yourself up based on love, human connection, and I would dare say growing and contributing to the betterment of other people. Those are the things I believe can actually fulfill us. But when you're out to try to fulfill yourself through ways that are inherently unfulfilling, i.e. trying to be significant, enough is never enough. It's like, cool, now you got on TV again. You were on Ellen. You got yourself there. Cool, you were on this vocalist show. Cool, you got yourself in front of the camera. Now you're on The Price is Right. You got yourself in front of the camera. Oh, that's still not enough. I'm still empty inside. What if I became a woman? How much attention would I get?
Look at that. We're going to spin the wheel right after this. Don't go away, folks.
Keep watching. This goes on, and you have to ask yourself, is this a genuine reaction for the excitement of winning a game? Or is this a desperate attempt for attention, where he's willing to betray how his authentic emotions and actions would actually look, and instead goes into an over-the-top, intense, please notice me, the cameras are on me, I'm gonna keep them on me, I'm gonna keep everybody's attention magnified on me. How I do that is becoming as outrageous as possible. And it keeps going. Still going. And I have enough. And then the question is it still going? Anyone who's willing to alter who they are in order to try to be significant in the eyes of other people, that is mental instability, because you're losing who you really are to become what you think you need to be in order to get the most amount of attention possible. I don't know if it's actually a mental illness, but it 100% is mental instability. And is that what he's doing now with being a girl? Hey, D365 of girlhood, I might cut this off, I might not, who knows? But let me show you how to mash it down so you can wear a women's bathing suit. Let me be in front of the TikTok camera every second. Let me get in front of Bud Light, Nike, all of them, the makeup company. Let me do that. I want attention. Is that what he's doing? So is the same pattern that we've just seen in The Price is Right, his vocalist clip, his little outrageous attention grab on the Ellen show, is he still doing that same pattern, only to a greater degree? And if that's true, losing himself to a greater degree, I've not only betrayed who my personality is in order to be grabbing attention, chasing fame, but also betray my God-given physiology, my God-given gender. I'll take hormones in order to try to push that away, because the further that goes away, the more significant I feel. Because guess what? You and I wouldn't have our attention on Dylan Mulvaney if he was living as his biological gender. So what he's doing, here's the bad part. It works. It gets him a lot of attention. Here's why I don't like that. One, does that send a terrible message to other children out there? Like, hey, if you want attention, all you have to do is like cut it off and like dance in front of the camera. You're good. Yeah, that's probably the worst part of this. But the second worst part, I think, is for Dylan personally, because the more he's gaining attention, I would speculate the question that I pose here is he acting genuine or is he a fame chaser? My jury is back, and my jury is unanimous. It looks to me like none of this is genuine. Like the news anchor we saw a few minutes ago, she's saying, I'm offended as a woman. It just looks like he's acting. My jury comes back and says, this is fame chaser mentality. Given that that's my assessment, here's why I feel bad for Dylan. The more he chases fame, the more he does to get attention, the more he's betraying himself, the more he's losing himself. Hell on earth is not letting yourself be who you really are. Heaven on earth is being congruent with who you really are. Now, the devil masquerades as an angel of light. The masquerading devil as an angel of light in Dylan's case is attention and significance, which means he is absolutely more and more rewarded in the currency that he cares about, attention, the more he loses himself. But the biggest loser in this situation is him, because he's losing himself. That's my thoughts on the situation. Is Dylan Mulvaney genuine and authentic, or is he a desperate fame chaser? My conclusion is, sure as hell looks like he's a desperate fame chaser. But with that said, let me know what you think in the comments. This is a very interesting circus phenomenon going on in our world. A lot of people are interested in Dylan Mulvaney, not because of some sort of genuine benefit he's offering, but because of the freak showness of it. And I think his willingness to lose himself in order to become what will get him the most amount of attention, most amount of fame, so he can feel the most amount of significant, which is a currency of the ego, not the human heart. That is what creates the freak show. Let me know what you think in the comments. But before you go, Freedom Lover, I want to let you know about my Freedom Lovers community on Locals. It's a completely uncensored community. You can join as a member for free, or you can join as a paid supporter. It costs less than an overpriced cup of coffee every month. And if you do want to join as a supporter, you become a Freedom Lover and you get exclusive access to content that I put in the Freedom Lovers community every week. We have behind the scenes exclusive live streams where I chat with you about what's on your mind. I absolutely love my Freedom Lovers community, and best of all, it is all uncensored, where you get to not only interact with me behind the scenes, but you get to support other Freedom Lovers with your resources, and they get to support you and the others in the community with their resources. Because I don't know about you, I'm on a mission of freedom. And if you've ever had those times where you say like, dude, I feel like I'm the only one. Where's my community? I'd invite you to find some of your community here in my Freedom Lovers community on Locals. You can check it out, locals.com/JP Sears, and I'll see you on the inside.